Hey, welcome back to my channel. For those that don't know me, my name is Jeff, and this is Walter. And this little jewel right here is the Motorola G5s Plus. And we're here to see if this really is a special edition or not. The benefits to this over the previous model is a bigger screen. And we're here to find out if two cameras really are better than one. You also get this nice actual metal back. Not bad. Taking a look on the right here, we've got a standard array of buttons. We've got a very tactile set. And for those who don't know, this is your volume rocker, and this would be your power button, and that's for turning on your device. Heading to the top here, we've got a headphone jack, which is a nice add-on. A lot of people forgetting that lately. And on the other side, we've got a SIM card SD card slot. And on the bottom, we've got this nasty little sucker known as a micro USB. Definitely should be USB Type-C for this price. Got a set of speakers here and a microphone there. So that's going to bring us to the first couple things we're going to jot down here on our list. Whoa, can't even talk today. Put it on our list to see if this is a go or not. So we've got a go, no-go list. So first up, I guess we've got headphone jack. Let's see if we can spell that today. Headphone, spell it out. And headphone jack. But we also got our first con, or no-go, micro USB. That's a shame. It really is. So for now, we're going to stick with that and keep up. Let's not forget. We already went over that. Nice to have that, not having to rely on cloud storage or some mega internal storage there. So having an SD card slot is a nice touch. One of the things I always like is a fingerprint reader, since apparently these are disappearing now on high-end phones, but this budget one still maintains to have one. We've got a quick fingerprint reader, and it does come with a little suite of gestures if you're interested in that. I did find them to work most of the time. My biggest problem is when back sliding, it sometimes would actually close the app. Maybe I'm using it wrong. It was a nice try. I still leave it on, but we're going to definitely put at least a fingerprint reader down because it is quick and accurate. Got no issues there. And this does have really good build quality. Don't get me wrong. Despite this little issue here, it's got these chamfered edges, which are nice. I think that's how it's pronounced. But look at that. You're like, what am I even looking at? No, not that. That's my screen protector. But that. And I've taken her out and put her back in just the way she likes it, and she still won't lay flush. So I got an issue with my little SIM tray here. Some would say that's minor, but I thought something was actually stuck to my phone, and it is actually part of my phone. A little bit of shame, but we're not going to deduct any points. Kind of moving on here, we did mention the speaker, actually pretty loud. Now, it's not going to have any mids or lows of any sort, and it does sound a little bit muted at times, but it's loud enough. I can take a shower and still hear this playing. So we're going to put down speakers. They're actually good enough for a semi-budget phone. Kind of looking again at the back here, we've got a metal build quality, and this phone does on the high end retail for $350. So I feel like one key thing that is missing, and maybe others in this tier don't have it either, but I'm going to put it down anyways. No NFC, so you will not be paying with your phone or pairing, if you could pair with him very quickly, unless you're using Bluetooth. I don't use it, but I figured I'd note it. One thing that is really good about this that I will show, actually, we got their little, that's right, our standard little features there. 29% with 5.5. This is a 6-hour screen on time phone for most pretty easily. Power users probably would not be using this to begin with and would probably get less. But an average user, in which I feel this phone is going to be for, it's got good battery life. And it's actually pretty decent at multitasking. This doesn't really prove anything to me, flipping through, but as you can see, plenty of stuff open. No lags or hesitations for a semi-budget phone. I keep saying that because this phone at $350 and $280 is not all that cheap, but you do get a nice build quality phone. I'll give it that. It just falls short in a couple of areas. And that's what I'm about to get to now. And this one's important. I'm just going to side note before we get to that. It is not waterproof. I don't think a phone in this price range really needs to be. It's just throwing that out there, and it's not going on the list. The other thing is I did have some crashing with this, but only on 2 occasions. And actually, we'll say it froze, and then it jumped out of Instagram randomly, and I had to open it back up. But I had Dropbox not only freeze, but also had it not update its notification. So you know how you load your stuff into it, and it says 1 of 15. It stayed there for like 5 minutes. So I opened the app, everything was loaded. Kind of odd, never have any problems with my other phones to see that. And I'm not going to put it down. Obviously, that's probably some software issue. But here's the biggest thing, and the main reason once we start doing some breakdowns not to get this phone. How about we just have 1 good camera instead of 2 crappy ones? That's going to be my thoughts on that. I could not get a good shot out of this phone unless I was in broad daylight with something that didn't move at all. It tends to overprocess. Even photos I thought that were going to look good while it was saving, which can take an extra second or 2 sometimes, changed. And now all of a sudden was blurry. I didn't really get why I was doing that. I definitely saw that once for sure in an indoor shot. And I'll link actually my Instagram so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And the depth effect, don't even bother. I couldn't get it to work. It always cropped out the wrong stuff. You'd select, say, Walter here, and then half of Walter would be gone. I did get 1 good picture outside with him. Tried it with Spot. I might even put that on there too. I was at Target, took a picture of the Spot dog. I think that's his name. Yeah, I just cropped half of everything out, no matter what effect. Or it struggles, like you could see the obvious blur that wasn't applied to not him with the background's green. I had him in grass. So yeah, the camera's a major disappointment. So do not get this if you want to take pictures at all. And here's one of the things that would really kind of solidify whether this is worth buying or not. So this is our retail on this, apparently. So they claimed this was a pre-order special, and they almost got me with this. I was like, crap, that seems like a pretty good deal. I mean, because I got the lower tier. I wasn't going to get this. So yeah. This is going for what I believe the previous model sold for. Don't quote me on that. So $230 for a metal build. Supposedly better camera. Something I knew would probably have pretty good battery life. Fingerprint reader. How I like it on the front. It was worth a try. It got a little better for Cricket owners, which I am, or users, shall I say, through Best Buy. Applies to both. You buy a refill card with a SIM card. I know that sounds a little crazy, but let me finish. So you buy a $50 refill card and your SIM card, and you get $10 off, which basically gives you your SIM card that you don't need for free. And you still just spend your regular $50 and you get the phone, which I did, for $180. It does make this deal a little better, but for that price, anybody who does not need a phone for camera, definitely get this phone. I'd even almost say go ahead and spend the $230. you still get a good phone. Don't expect, obviously, this at all, but for everything you do get, this is actually a really decent phone. You would be, I don't want to use the word insane. If you've got money to throw away, then you can get this, but those are tiers because that is way too much money for getting, I believe it's 4 and 64 versus 3 and 32. And far as I know, that's your only difference. And I don't think performance-wise you'll notice anything between those. So really it just boils down to, do you really need an extra 32 gigs of storage? I'm going to say most are probably not. If you do one of these, you save yourself some good money and you got yourself a great phone. If you do this, well, you've got more money than sense. But who am I? Until next time.